cannot resist it. You don't have the knowledge, you don't have the wisdom, you don't have the resources to understand that something's been put over on you. You cannot help believe the definition of this creation. But you believe yourself to be created as a result of not being. That is to say, of being hopelessly unable to resist
the real owners, big wealthy business, control all the important decisions. The idea that you don't have no choice. You have owners. They own everything. They own everything. They own all the important things. They own control of lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves. I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interests. Right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around and get
The 10-year setup for this, for these, or the 3-year setup for the expiration of these credits was intentionally put in. It was put in when you controlled the White House, the House, and the Senate. You couldn't get it passed for longer. And so this is a setup that kind of your own creation that you all couldn't extend beyond that. Now you want the Republicans to do something you didn't do when you were in power?
It's not a setup.
The Democrats have now decided to own the record government shutdown circus, potentially starving the poor as a means to use leverage against the White House and the American people.
Shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leverage times we have.
Leverage. Yeah, sure, they're okay with people suffering, but boy, does it give them leverage. For what? To appease their radical base, to show their radical base they're fighting Donald Trump. So they've made the calculations okay to cause suffering to families.
But why not vote to fund the government, at least for now, and then negotiate on the subsidies later while the government is open?
Clearly, the Republicans don't want to negotiate.
Donald Trump is withholding the money because he wants to inflict maximum pain on Americans to hope it helps him politically.
The Republicans are not allowed in the room. So the operating budget that increased taxes, the Democrats that we went to, $78 billion, it's all the Democrats' budget.
It is truly amazing how a program Democrats created and tax credits that they chose to sunset have now become the Republicans' crisis.
Over 42 million SNAP recipients, 1 in 8 Americans, leaning on $188 monthly to survive, are facing a November blackout.
I want to be in the grocery store when they start looting it, because you think that people are going to be hungry? You think that these people not going to get their Thanksgiving? Baby, when they run up in there and start stealing them turkeys, oh, it's gonna be like Christmas game.
Now you're threatening us, talking about if they get rid of the SNAP, but I'm gonna start stealing. Every time I turn around and look on the internet, y'all stealing in Walmart, you're stealing in Walgreens, you're stealing in CVS, you're stealing everywhere. What is you talking about? That ain't no threat. You've been stealing.
I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I
I'm going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly, and I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that store.
Get ready. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna get lit. BJ's, Costco's, get ready.
From Texas's 3.5 million hungry, including 1.7 million children, to the shadows of New York's 3 million in the urban and rural areas, anticipating the $8 billion SNAP program's collapse.
It's baffling to me that some people feel like other people need to earn food.
It's bad to do. At the same time, they're probably doing it for a reason. They need those things.
With or without EBT, me and mine gonna eat.
How they gonna pay the light bill? And they can't sell stamps.
She works at the food stamp office. Listen to what she says.
It is because of Trump. There ain't no sidestepping it. I'm blaming him for everything.
Media megaphones weaponize Trump's supposed failure.
I think they all ought to have their heads shaven. They should be put in orange pajamas, and they should be marched down Pennsylvania Avenue, and the public should be invited to spit on them. The universities, the corporations, the law firms, all of these collaborators should be shaved, pajamaed, and spit on.
It's a double standard, as bold as it is reckless, fanning the flames of a starving, misdirected mob ready to unleash hell on their fellow innocent Americans as they race forward toward unyielding, violent speech.
Poor people, all they want is for us to fight. So if you hit me in my face, I'm not going to punch you back in your face. I'm going to go across your neck.
You guys say this about saving healthcare, but how do these pet projects?
Yeah, we have no idea what you're talking about or what Republican extremists fed you those talking points.
The head of the Lenawee County Democratic Party, Bill Swift, who also called for anyone that swore Donald Trump be hung, like I said 11 months ago, attended the Dingle Unity Dinner, posing with an 8647 sign and also a MAGA equals a Nazi sign. Now, some on the other side of the chamber were at this event. They were headliners. The Secretary of State, your state party chair, he headlined the event. These are the same people who claim to be the champions of civility. You're the same people that tell me that words matter, that rhetoric can incite violence, and then when it's your side, when it's hate directed at the Republican president, you laugh and suddenly say, well, it's speech. It's a resistance. It's a restaurant industry term. It's art. It's not resistance. It's true hypocrisy.
Welcome, you guys, to the Alicia4America program on this historic Thanksgiving evening. It's really wonderful to be able to not draw the biggest crowds, but to disseminate God's message. For the few chosen ones who will listen, I'm not here for a big tent to be manifested, but I am here to unleash the truth. See, I've always said, patriots, okay, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a social media influencer. But what I am is a patriotic girl with something to say. And goddamn it, I'm gonna say it. So salute to Yeti Black, an old back in the day one RBR loyalist. Salute to Yessie. And salute to Gnome 3 Saiyan, whoever he is. Gnome I'm saying or whatever. Tonight, you guys, we're going to unpack the ways in which your Marxist, leftist, New World Order serving Democratic Party loves, shall we say, the Hegelian dialectic? They love organized chaos. They love to organize this and leverage this organized chaos for their benefit via their own Trump derangement syndrome. If it's within the cards for them to say, hey, black man, hey, Mexican, hey, Latino, hey, Arab man, Donald Trump, he caused a shutdown. Donald Trump, it's Trump's fault. Then they continue to win. They can harness even your votes. But before we dive back into tonight's keynote, we've got to take care of some business first. And let me tell you, boy, hasn't the studio been under attack in the last few days? We got burglarized, okay? We got broken into, all sorts of shit. But we're still here. We're going nowhere. But first and foremost, let's say happy traditional Thanksgiving, okay? One and all, beautiful, patriotic American citizen. If traditional unwoke Thanksgiving was good enough for our relatives, our American patriotic ancestors, and our parents before us, then you better well believe it's good enough for us. Without any political sugar added, any woke satire, any progressive spin, such as Indigenous Peoples Day or some bullshit, being added. Then I want to let you know, never surrender to your enemies and do not let them ruin the holiday spirit for you. Do not let them rewrite history for what this historic day represents for you. Stand on the principles of what Thanksgiving has always truly meant. American patriotic? What do they call them? Not settlers, not colonists, but the guys who wined and dined and sat down for supper with the Native Americans. They were called, can somebody help me in the chat room? What do they call those guys? Pilgrims, I believe. A traditional day in which the Pilgrims dined with the Native Americans. They opened up their homes to the Native Americans and they prayed alongside the natives. So much for America being a racist country. But on this historic Thanksgiving, brought to us all and made possible by God first, and second, the MACA movement, and we give thanks to Donald John Trump. I've got to say that I woke up to some heartbreaking news today. And on this Thanksgiving, it wouldn't be right if I didn't take a moment of silence for these two bold and brave American heroes who laid down their lives to go through training, basic training and boot camp to become a National Guardsman, to protect this wonderful nation. It wouldn't be right if I didn't ask you all for a moment of silence for them. You see, because this here indeed is a slap in the Democrats' face. Those of us who are patriotic, who are pro-border patrol, who are pro-build that wall, while the Democrats were selling us all no wall, no Trump, no USA at all. And Joe Biden, the installed former president, said, "Surge the border when I'm president. Come here and surge." So he invited these criminals into our country. Criminals just like this man from Afghanistan who came here during the pathetic withdrawal under Biden's watch in 2021. A sleeper cell, indeed, because this man on your screen worked for Afghani CIA intelligence at one point. And so, the attorney for DC, Janine Pirro, has named the two victims we will put back on your screen as Sarah Beckstorm, 20, and Andrew Wolf, 24. The suspect, 29-year-old Afghan national Ramullah Lakenwal, drove thousands of miles from Washington state before the attack, Pirro said. It was also revealed that the suspect worked with the CIA in Afghanistan and helped guard U.S. forces at Kabul airport, as thousands tried to flee the country before it fell to the Taliban. For his own protection, he had been brought to the U.S. That's how great and wonderful this country is. He was brought to the U.S. under a special immigration scheme, says the CIA director. However, there's still a lot we don't know. Officials say it's too early to ascribe a motive to the attack, though there is an investigation of terrorism. We also await updates on the two victims of Wednesday's attack, who have had surgery but remain in critical condition. Let me just level with you all very quick and be very serious about this. Yes, we give thanks to God that those two American patriots haven't died yet from their wounds or succumbed to their wounds. There's lots as an American citizen tonight, we have to be thankful for, but suffer no delusions of grandeur. We're living in the of what was once Biden's America. And the problem with America, you guys, the problem with America that has been looming for many years has been, and I know many of you won't like my next words, but I have to say, for as long as America remains a hotbed for terrorism, for as long as our borders remain open to third world trash, for as long as our servicemen and women are preyed upon, scumbag terrorists lie in wait, there is a need for a Nicholas Fuentes. I did not stutter. You heard me right and exact. See, many of you all fake holier than thou Christians love to say there's something wrong with Nick Fuentes. How dare he say the things in which he says? And I'm here to tell you, why shouldn't he? We need counterspin to the leftist New World Order's fake news spin. We need men among men to sharpen their steel. While you got folk like Jason Black and Tariq Nasheed across so-called Black internet spaces, bitching and complaining like punks and sissies. We need men to tell you the truth about what is going on in this country. We are not safe here as long as it continues to go on in this country. And every time we turn around, we got Democrats from their zealots, the sorthoids and jigaboos, to the Latino apologists for illegal aliens, all the way to the dirty, no good big tech companies, technocrats and bureaucrats, and the Democratic Party selling us, crying us a river about, oh, from AOC to the Hakeem Jeffrieses in Congress. Oh, Trump is putting children in cages and separating families. We must resist this. While our American citizens who fought, trained, sweated with their blood and tears to become good patriots and countrymen to save and protect this nation, and your very lives are mowed down in the streets by the same individuals the Marxist radical left welcomed here and gaslit us all for them to be here. And they're at war with ICE this very moment, seeking to demask them, but to mask up Antifa. How can it be? We cannot allow this. So I praise, not in the place of God, that would be blasphemous, but I salute Nick Fuentes for calling it what it is. It is not racist to call a spade and tell the goddamn truth. And this is how the Marxist radical left tries to bastardize the truth, tries to destroy institutions of truth. 1, being men. 2, being institutions of authority and law enforcement. To Christian schools, even the Christian religion, by claiming it is racist. Well, hunty, for as long as jigaboos remain to be racist, I welcome and I invite the opinions and the counterspin of white men just like Nick Fuentes. Now, with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, because we got quite a program lined up tonight, and Frank White is here, probably talking shit, no doubt. Groovy Patriot is here, a fucking troll. Now listen up carefully, baby. I will zap you. You step out of line, because I gives no fucks about you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hi. Now, to switch gears, let us dive strong into this here dissertation, the keynote address. See, I remain one of the most powerful broadcasts on social media because I don't give a damn about big tents, fluffy things even, or algorithms. I only care about the goddamn truth. So help me God. God forgive me. And so, I pray that we can move forward through this here dissertation, right and exact strong, not long, but indeed strong. Let's see what he's saying now. He says, nah, I'm into America very much. I love Thanksgiving, thankful for America and the truth. Yeah, you're a troll, though. Anyway, let us get organized with this here dissertation. We got a long ways to go. But I want to tell you guys in no uncertain terms, the man on your screen right now is very dangerous. A lot of Democrats, just like him, are very dangerous, and here's why. This man is a lot like most Black Americans. They do not know who the fuck they truly are. They have no identity to speak of, and Cory Booker is no different. Cory Booker was manufactured by the Democratic Party for one purpose, and that was to fill the void of Barack Hussein Obama. He's biracial, he's half black, and he's a man. They want to replace Barack Hussein Obama with Cory Booker. The dangerous part, you guys, about Cory Booker is he's not in Congress to serve you, his constituents. He's in Congress searching for his attaboy. He is trying to gin up as much racial dissent in this country as he can to take up where Barack Obama left off. He wants a treasure trove and a collage, if you will, of wins you can call feeding the damn Negro victim. So when he runs for president, you will find him qualified. Well, the trouble is he's not qualified to govern. As most black leaders in government are not qualified to govern, all the way from Mayor Johnson in Chicago to Karen Bass out of LA. Failures. And that's why this man is so dangerous. He will say and do anything for the Democratic zealot base, the deplorables and the ignorant, because he simply wants his Democrat Obama stripes. And that's very, very pathetic, dangerous, and sad. So let us shift gears into this dissertation. You know, there was COVID, and then there's Trump Derangement syndrome. Now, I said if you didn't hear me, there's COVID, okay, and then there's Trump Derangement syndrome, ladies and gentlemen. Make notes of it because it's true. They both infect the body and mind. They both make you delirious. And every leftist lawmaker and politician and voter in this country suffers from Trump Derangement syndrome. And I'm sorry to believe there's no cure. And Trump Derangement syndrome, hear me carefully, and I know, Hunty, this microphone is on. I know you can hear the sexiest voice in American conservative broadcast media. When I tell you this be the reason why the government was shut down. It was not Trump's fault, but more rather, it was a condition of Trump Derangement syndrome brought to you by the Democratic Party. And why it's so dangerous is the Democrats don't care if they hurt people. By leveraging things like a government shutdown to hold their handouts hostage. They don't care if that leads to your ribs touching, Swarthoid. Because for many a year, Democrats didn't teach you how to get a job and hold a job and be successful and make a living for yourself. They taught you Big Brother dependency, how to be dependent upon the government. And that is a very dangerous position to be in. But see, for the Swarthoid, you do not know this. But honey, that's why I'm here to show you this tonight. They claimed, because they believed, and they being the left, you, black people, you unawares, poor white trash, all the way to the illegal immigrant. They believe you were stupid, too stupid to realize it wasn't Trump's fault. It was the Democrats' leverage and a government shutdown So you would hate Donald Trump. They wanted you to turn up and loot and destroy this country based upon lies about Donald Trump. That's why they're so dangerous. And that is why government programs remain very dangerous. And the left loves it. They don't want you to ever break away. Because via leveraging these programs, they can leverage votes. And they can use said programs to try to smear the right wing. I'm going to show it to you tonight. After all the years of EBT, WIC, and government-sponsored cheese, deplorables such as the blacks haven't got any better, and I can prove it. I'm going to prove it in a small way right now, so just watch this video, and I will return with commentary.
Woman's EBT got cut off, so she took her kids to Publix to have a free picnic.
Open the box. I want to. Let me see which one I want. Come on, man. You feel a donut? Everybody get their donut. Yeah. That been good. This shit good for real. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, whatever my kids want, that's what they gonna get. They want to sit in here and eat donuts, that's what they got, you feel me? Yeah, y'all enjoying yourself? Let them know. Food stuff's gonna get you right every time. What y'all did? Bought us some donuts, man. Y'all fuck with us though. Say hi to the people. Say hi, guys. Say hi. Alright. Alright, y'all want more donuts? Who want the last one? Alright.
Despite several years of government-sponsored cheese, government-subsidized Obamacare, government housing even, program after program after program, swarthoids have remained wayward and ignorant. I don't say this to you all to be mean. I say it because I'm truthful. You saw the woman in the video, wayward, ignorant, tacky even, unbecoming of a mother, sitting her children on the floor to eat. Even if this was fake, manufactured for the cameras, it doesn't help your case any. And it shows a terrible light or lot of what the Democrats have done to you all, swarthoid America. But I'll tell you this here. The Republican Party treats you much better. We wouldn't display you as wayward, desperate, vandals, and ignorant. We wouldn't weaponize your ill intent for votes. We're striving to reach you to make you better versions of yourself so you can resist big government. You can eat when the Marxists shut down your government. You won't be sold talking points about looting and stealing. The Democrats have only used you against your better intentions. They always seek for you to show your worst side to the world. That's all they expect from you. They have lowered the bar upon you. And all that they truly believe about you, swarthoid American, is you are a looting, ignorant, protesting fool. Let that sink in. Let the conservatives and John Trump believe in you. We haven't given up on your better angels, your better side. We want you to stand up, be counted, not because of your color, but for your merits, your talents, your skills, and abilities. Let us continue here. A program like this isn't easy to disseminate. It is hard because there's so many lies out there designed to combat the truth. And the questions be, who do you believe is most responsible for the shutdown of the federal government? Well, at least on this here slide, it is factual and actual. 15% on the right believe it was Trump, while 86% on the left, Democrats, believe it was Democrats' fault. 54% of independents, I guess, believe, and they're really not clear on what they believe, but maybe they believe it was Democrats' fault. 71% of Democrats in Congress believe maybe it was Democrats' fault, or maybe they believe it was Trump's fault, while 3% of Democrats in Congress believe it was Democrats' fault. Another 1% of Republicans in Congress believe it was Trump's fault. The Rhino Party, Republicans in name only, uniparty individuals, the globalist plants. Another 8% believe it was Democrats in Congress, and so on and so forth. But when it came to the shutdown numbers, the proof is in the pudding. The what? The pudding. I'm not here telling you this for my help. It's the truth. It was indeed Democrats' fault. But what they didn't anticipate, Patriot, is we would start to see the truth. And how every time the shutdown came up for a vote, it wasn't Republicans voting to shut down the government. It was indeed Democrats voting for the shutdown. Was it Republicans calling for authorities to loot? It was indeed Democrats sponsoring the looting, promoting the looting. I like to call this problem, reaction, solution. Say it with me now. Problem, reaction, solution. The Hegelian dialectic is where politicians orchestrate organized chaos like a government shutdown so they can get a reaction from you, the wayward, the ignorant. Then they can step in, posing a solution. Why, we must impeach Donald Trump. Arrest Donald Trump. It's his fault. And then you hate Trump. In the midterms, you vote for Democrats. But what they didn't plan on was the truth being revealed. That's the only reason individuals such as this man voted to reopen the government. Because that shutdown, honey, that shutdown, well, it lasted 43 days strong, the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Why did it last 43 days long? For which I called 30 plus days of Democrat hell. Well, it lasted 43 days because we have a true commander-in-chief in D.C., and his name is Donald Trump. You best believe from organized witch hunts such as the Steele dossier to Russia collusion cyber attacks blamed on Russia to MACA people being the worst thing since sliced bread, on and on and on. If you believe the Democrats wouldn't shut down your government, black man and black woman, illegal alien to the, Arab coming here illegally, then you're believing bullshit. Because, yes, they will. And like Obama said, yes, we can. 43 days of Democrat hell in America. They wanted you to get mad, to start looting, rioting, and stealing and killing because they shut down your government. They came in upon the ashes of the shutdown and told you Trump was racist. That's why he shut down the government. Oh, he's weaponizing EBT against the poor black man, woman, and child. Well, honey, let me tell you something in no uncertain terms. That be a bunch of hog shit. Just like Candace Owens spewing bullshit now. Anti-Trump, anti-MACA bullshit. And it's the same kinds of bullshit you recall when O.J. Simpson promised he would bring the true killer of Nicole Brown Simpson to justice. Well, if you believe that bullshit washaw story, honey, I hope you weren't holding your breath. Because O.J., well, he's dead now. And he failed to bring the true murderer to justice. And we all know, honey, he did it. He wrote a book saying, if I did it. Okay. So, to Candace Owens, I say, baby, all of your bullshit conspiracy theories for DOA, they're dead in the water now. And they're no different than OJ promising to produce the true killer. We must believe in fact over fiction, truth over lies, slander and smear. We must be bold and patriotic versus emotional and weak. We have seen the true veracity of the food stamp program in America. And more food stamps go to foreigners and illegal aliens than they do to poor blacks living under overpasses and in shanty towns in America. The Somalis, the illegal immigrants from south of the U.S. border all the way to Venezuela and other foreign shithole nations receive the most under food stamps and SNAP. But when, Swarthoid, will you stop swearing by it? Will you stop standing upon it and find your pioneering spirit again? For the poor in this nation, from the whites to the Swarthoids to the immigrants, my, honey, have you been fooled? Have you been played? The only reason Democrats love subsidizing shit and selling it to you all is for votes. But anything one has to subsidize is a failure, just like Obamacare. It must be subsidized and then packaged all beautifully and sold to you all. It is an abject fucking failure, just like EBT. So what is wrong? What is the matter with working 20 hours to acquire your food benefit? Negro, I would tell you, you've been taught to be nothing but a loser by your Democratic Party. You don't have it within yourself to work to struggle in my shoes and other patriot shoes. You are too weak. And I feel for you, because all I want truly for you is the best that I experience day by day and every day. You will never get it from SNAP and Obamacare. It is bullshit. When will you wake up to the truth? The Democrats are hurting you, have been hurting you for many a year. And so, we have more videos to get into. But let us check the chat room briefly to see what the trolls are talking about. Groovy Patriot says, Jimmy doesn't get it poppin'. Everyone is deranged. All have derangement syndrome. I'm just getting it poppin'. I say bullshit. Okay, anyway. Let us continue this here powerful address this evening. Okay. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't hear it here. The reason your government, beyond the Democrats shutting it down, was shut down, honey, was because they wanted, and they being Democrats, wasteful bullshit spending in your black neighborhoods, in your white neighborhoods by your very own government. Things like sex change operations in Zimbabwe. Things like studies of gay frogs, even. Oh, they wanted billions of dollars, over 2,900 earmarks in that bullshit bill. But we sought to end government waste, fraud, and abuse on your dime, American citizen. That is why they shut down your government. And no fake news, no spin from CNN to MSNBC, ABC, NBC. We're left with you. Not even Zuckerberg's Fuckerberg Facebook will tell the truth about it. Just like no one will tell you in all honesty that Biden stole and the Democrats stole 2020. My. And no one will tell you that COVID was a hoax. No one. They love the lie. And they love the deplorables who give the lie a fighting chance. And so, as we continue here to dive into this dissertation, let me level with you. I'm going to pull up some sources. And here's the truth about the government shutdown. They don't want you to know. Conservatives spent hours at the National Taxpayers Union digging through the bill text and finding all sorts of nonsense. Almost 2,900, 2,900 earmarks in there, totaling well over $5 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse. You heard me correctly. I said $5 billion. Brandon Arnold's highlights wasteful spending in the Senate's bill and efforts to stop it. Don't believe me? Honey, just listen to this next video.
Sir. Well, let me just add to that, and thank you. We just had a wonderful cabinet meeting, all aligned on certainly the effort to realign the government. But even at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we've canceled a $300,000 contract educating on food justice for queer and transgender farmers in San Francisco. A similar contract we canceled in New York, again educating transgender and queer farmers on food justice and food equality. I'm not even sure what that means, but apparently the last administration wanted to put our taxpayer dollars towards that. We canceled a $600,000 contract out of Louisiana that was studying the menstrual cycles of transgender men, a $600,000 contract. We canceled another contract out of a university in the middle of the country that focused on getting more diversity, equity, and inclusion into our pest management industry. Again, these are nonsensical. It makes zero sense to use taxpayer dollars to fund these. I know these are just a few examples of the hundreds and hundreds that we have found.
Well, a clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan. That's a very precocious baby we're talking about here.
Let me pause to have a drink here really quick. And the Democrats shut down your government, baby, because they wanted to sort of weaponize government and your handouts, jigaboo, to make the Republican GOP party, the MACA party, the America First Party cave and allow all of the waste, fraud, and abuse back into Trump's budget. So the cynical would say, well, Republicans sponsor that stuff too. There's no difference in the parties. But you know, the truth is right now, and the good thing was, from Mike Johnson, House Speaker, all the way to the layman, MACA patriot in this country, we didn't fold this time. We didn't fold this time. We fought until they agreed to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse from the budget. And I know, Swarthoid, an illegal immigrant, your ribs was touching. But it was necessary to hold out for God's plan. So, Groovy Patriot, if you're indeed patriotic, hit the like button. And share the content, liar. Anyway, we know he won't, because he's a lie. And the truth isn't in him. Anybody come from Groovy Jimmy's side of the owl is full of shit. Let's continue. We're almost out of here, folks. I'm going to try to be strong, but not long. Don't you just love how Negroes were threatening to loot and steal? And it just shows me how chaotic of a plot you're all in, thanks in part to the Democratic Party. You haven't got any better in this country. You still believe in looting, cheating, and stealing and murdering to get your way. You believe that's how you should come to a political table, in a political arena. But it is not. It is sad that you would even go there, being you've always been stealing and looting in this country from Rodney King and before. Say it ain't so. It's nothing new, your baseless threats. And I really just love how people who appear to be well-fed fight for SNAP benefits.
One thing I can't stand is bitches who try to tell somebody they shouldn't be getting food stamps or any kind of government assistance when they have their nails done or their hair done or their eyelashes done. Bitch, don't you know you can go to Dollar Tree and get lashes for $1.25 and some fucking glue for $1.25? You can also get some fingernails for $1.25 and some fucking glue for $1.25. Y'all shut the fuck up. I don't even get food stamps. I don't even get food stamps, and I don't even care what somebody looks like that has fucking food stamps, because I do not know their fucking situation. Shut the fuck up. Most people on food stamps work anyway. What's the fucking problem? Y'all are all okay with funding other fucking countries, but not your own fellow citizens. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? And you know what? I'm going to apply for food stamps fucking today, bitches. I dare you to say something.
Honey, we all know you're already on food stamps, Chickaboo. Stop the cap. But it's pathetic, even. And really, how you're showing your true colors, your true nature.
And who the fuck they think celebrating these motherfucking holidays with no food stamps? I don't know where the fuck we gonna get the food from. Y'all want us to still go out here and be ready to buy a motherfucking feast of food, and y'all done took the fucking food stamps away. How the fuck we gonna do that? Don't get me wrong, you can make shit happen without food stamps. But everybody know for the holidays, food stamps is the way to go. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's best to have some motherfucking food stamps if you can. For the holiday food. Like, is you cool? We feeding a fucking family of people. Like, the shit that they doing, they want motherfuckers to start looting. No, we're just gonna start stealing. We just gonna start taking that shit out the store. Y'all be having these old ass ladies at the door at Walmart. Fuck it, just walk out. I don't like they meats, but I'm damn sure getting all they motherfucking sides. Ain't nobody finna keep playing with y'all. Y'all want us to get on some bullshit. No, the only bullshit we gonna get on is starting to take shit from these motherfucking stores. Y'all wanna cancel food stamps right before Thanksgiving and Christmas, the biggest holidays with the biggest meals. Like, is y'all fucking cool? It's okay though, because we're not finna abide by that bullshit. We just gonna start taking shit. Playing the fuck out of crazy. Like, next year is gonna be a fucking disaster. You see what the fuck they doing now? They want us to act a fucking fool. No, we're just finna steal.
Honey, no one wants you to loot. You ready for this? We want you to get a fucking job. Seriously? Is getting a job so hard for you people swarthoids? Are you allergic, baby, to getting a job and earning your food through a paycheck? I don't get it. You look like a ward of the federal government. You're a warden who provides for you, who cares for you, clothes and shelters you. You look like modern day slaves on the Democratic plantation. Because you ain't fooling nobody and no one. We've got you pegged. You see, ladies and gentlemen, until more truth tellers stand up and tell the truth boldly, the pendulum will continue to swing. In the poorest inner cities, blue states across America, there will continue to be violence, unrest, and crime, looting, stealing, and murder. Why? Because the Democrats love organized and engineered and manufactured chaos. Say it with me now. Racism is so dead in America, it must be manufactured. And hatred of Donald Trump is so dead in America, it too must be manufactured. It is really stupid, laughable. But thank God your government has been reopened. Thank God. Oops, common sense has won yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here now. Read the chat room. One more again. Salute to Frank White, who says that's a real queen talking. She's not chimping out. We know. Get a job. Pay taxes. Groovy Patriot says, play Santa. Santa! She can play the reindeer. And Frank White says, I bet that lady drives an Altima or a Maxima. See, the truth is, Chickaboo, listening to the sound of my voice, when you're getting your nails done, your weave sewn in, and you're on food stamps, it's not a good look, Condi. Taxpayers who work hard are asking, what the fuck do you value? Is it your starving children or is it your nails and hair? We'll wait. It looks mighty bad. But the real question is, when are you all going to stop being slaves on the Democratic plantation, Democratic zealots, voting for a domestic terrorist losing party like the Democrats? We'll wait. You already saw how they're quick to weaponize and cut off your government subsidized handouts for their votes. When they believe they're in trouble politically, they're going to cut you the fuck off to make the opposition party look bad. When are you going to wake up? You don't run and control nothing in this country but your mouth and your emotion. That's why they can continue to play you like a fiddle. And I'm just here to lay it all out for you to play it out, baby. And that there ends this hard-hitting dissertation. And that quote, it was titled, 30 plus days of Demo-Crat hell. Government shutdown, the cost of Trump derangement syndrome. Thank you all for the 5 likes. We're not here for the optics. We're here for the message. And so we hope that you, if you're a first-time viewer to this channel, will subscribe, okay? And we hope that you're having a wonderful, traditional Thanksgiving. Salute. We're out of here, America. May God bless America. And thank you for that 7th like, okay? We appreciate it, okay? And so we're out of here, y'all. Salute.
Cannot resist it. You don't have the knowledge, you don't have the wisdom, you don't have the resources to understand that something's been put over on you. You cannot but help believe the definition of it as a creator. But you believe yourself to be a creator as a result of not being created. That is to say, of being hopelessly unable to resist
I'm going to get you better, but report after the because the owners of this country want that. I'm talking about the real owners. The real owners, big wealthy business, all the important decisions. But they use the idea that you don't have no choice. You have owners. They own everything. They own all the lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more